case, or assassination case. It was a high-profile thing, and we had very senior people in government being arrested. Nicholas Biwott was arrested for a few days and released. Up to now, more than 20 years later, about 27 years later, we really don't know what happened.
Absolutely.
So one hopes that this time round, justice will prevail, and it will be seen to prevail. I will resist the temptation to declare anyone innocent or guilty, and just allow the
wheels of justice to roll and give us a verdict. All right, Professor, you are a lawyer. What would you weigh in a case like this? And not just to restrict it to this particular case, but also to look at the performance of the DPP in terms of how he's working so far.
First of all, I would put a footnote and a caveat. I'm going to announce or to make known who my client will be this afternoon in the same matter. So that's as much as I can go.
Okay, and your comments on Nurdin Haji's work so far?
Nurdin Haji is one of the best DPPs that we have in this century, not in Kenya. He's a lawyer, and he's a member of the intelligence community. He's worked in the intelligence long enough to know how to collect, preserve, and disseminate information. And I'm sure he has files on crooks, and people have maimed this country economically, and therefore he knows what he's doing. And with that, I will take this opportunity again to thank the President for bringing in a performer, not a reckless performer.
All right.
It's precipitate, Mike. It's too early. It's too early in the day to tell.
You don't think the accolades that have been given to
it's premature. I have not seen any convictions so far. Let us not dance ourselves lame before the dance has
allow him to finish.
Has begun. Yes, we are seeing that there are people being arrested, there are people being interrogated, but we haven't seen the whole process being pushed through to the logical conclusion. And we are aware that in the past, some of the reasons why these things have fallen through have had to do with shoddy investigations and shoddy stringing together of evidence and witnesses before the courts. So let us allow this process to come to maturity before we can
and give him
make
some
a verdict
time.
One way.
Can I respond to that?
Yeah,
sure. Go right ahead.
Whereas I'm also a human being, and I have to state my mind. But the issue of my friend saying, let us not run shoddy, it's like it's looking down upon me. It's like I cannot make any kind of contribution. I know Nurdin. I worked in the intelligence for a very long time. I know that even the Americans, the FBI, and the MI6 in England, the officers who are always delegated to do certain duties, they always do them absolutely correctly. So we cannot just say that, let's wait. Yes, he's right in saying that. But since this man took over, let us see what he has done within this very short time.
But don't you agree with the saying that the proof is in the pudding, or rather the proof, of the pudding is in the eating?
It's going to be
in the sense that we have had people arrested previously,
yes.
But that did not mean that we got any convictions. We've been given a very good example by Barack Muluka on the arrest of several individuals who are high profile for murders. But to this day, we do not know who the killers are.
Nurdin just came in the office the other day.
Which is why he's saying
all the people he has arrested, the cases have not even been concluded. What, for God's sake, must we compare him with these previous predecessors?
Absolutely, Mike, and that's why I'm saying it is precipitate.
Yeah,
and I'm a little astounded that my brother feels aggrieved. I've said nothing about him, and I wouldn't. I'm just saying it is precipitate, which means it's premature to conclude one way or the other about the DPP. Let us give him the space.
Good.
Let us give him the time. In the fullness of time, we will be able to determine whether he did a good job
or
he did not.
All right.